He's one of the three most liberal senators in the country. Absolutely votes with Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders more than anyone else. He doesn't care about Ohio. He actually votes with Chuck Schumer 97% of the time. And I gotta tell you, every vote he takes is not really about Ohio anymore. It's about him. It's about him staying in power. It's about him staying in Washington, and he's forgotten about Ohio. So with your help, over the next few months, we're gonna make sure that we retire him, we give him that gold watch, and we send him home.
I'm running for Attorney General now, and my opponent is a fellow, he worked for President Obama. He's a protege of Eric Holder. I guess it's the same Eric Fast and Furious Holder. And everything you just thought when I said those things is true. He wants to sue President Trump over immigration. He wants to sue the president over the repeal of net neutrality on the flimsiest of excuses. He wants to sue over Obamacare. He wants to sue right, left, and in the middle. Everything on Nancy Pelosi's agenda, he wants to sue about. I don't think that's what the Ohio Attorney General's office is for, and I don't think that your tax dollars ought to be used to relitigate political questions that have already been settled. What do you think? I think my opponent wants to be Nancy Pelosi's lawyer more than he wants to be your lawyer. Let's not let him do that. As Attorney General, I'm going to have one job, protect Ohio.
I believe in my heart that if you continue to allow the policies of Nancy Pelosi and my opponent and Frank LaRosa's opponent and Robert Sprague's opponent and Dave Yost's opponent and most importantly Mike DeWine and John Husted's opponent, and let's not forget about Jim Renace's opponent, who I agree, Jim, is more liberal than just about anybody else in the United States Senate. If you allow them to dictate the future of this country, well, frankly, our kids and grandkids are not going to have the kind of future that our parents and grandparents gave to us.
You see, this is an election that's going to be historic. We all know that this historical trend that we hear so much about is that when your party controls the White House, that 2 years in, you have a rough year. Well, that's not going to be the case. We are going to defy history this year. And the only blue wave in the state of Ohio is going to be all those DeWine Husted t-shirts that you see coming down the parade route.
And I think you all know, I hope you were aware, the Vice President was just here today. He sends his regards. He's down in Newark because we have a special election coming up on August 7th. We have to keep that seat. It's the seat of former Congressman Pat Teaberry, and we must elect Troy Balderson. It's imperative. The Democrats keep talking about that big so-called blue wave, but we need to make sure on August 7th, we make sure that it's a red wave. Let me just tell you, we're doing a better job of getting our voters out because last May 8th on our primary night, we turned out 150,000 more Republicans than the Democrats. And that blue wave crashed in May. And we're going to make sure it crashes on August 7th and November 7th. So help me do that. We are all going to win in November because we are going to defy history. We are the party of opportunity and prosperity. We are the party that voters want. And with President Trump's message of economic prosperity, the forgotten man and woman are no longer forgotten. And it's because of Republicans. And because of what all of you do, we will be successful.
And then something amazing happened in 2015. A man by the name of Donald Trump decided to come down the escalator. And that really was a moment for me. It was a moment because I thought at that moment that I was a Democrat. I thought that I was a liberal, obviously. I thought because I'm black. I mean, are there any other options for black people in America but to be liberal, but to be a Democrat? And God forbid we think anything differently, you'll be outcast. It's just the way we are programmed throughout life. And I was was not happy when he came down the escalator. I thought it was such a joke. I said, really, this is who's going to run for the President of the United States? This man is obviously not qualified to run for the President of the United States. But what I didn't feel was that he was racist, or that he was sexist, or that he was misogynist. And that was something that really woke up something inside of me, seeing what the media did to him.